Hello, welcome to Tasty Tiger Cooking Show. I'm Chef Hans with Chef Isaiah and Chef Ashton, and we're going to be making jalapeno poppers.
So first for this, for the ingredients, you're gonna need 2 to 3 jalapenos, a block of cream cheese, 1/3 cup of cheddar cheese, 4 strips of applewood bacon, paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder to taste, cutting board, mixing bowls, baking sheet, a ham steak, and that's about it. Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to start dicing this ham steak into about like medium to small pieces. Doesn't have to be too perfect.
And we're going to be mixing together our cream cheese and cheese together in a mixing bowl with tongs.
Tongs? Why are you using tongs?
What?
Why are you using tongs?
So we'll be mixing together the cheese and the cream cheese together in a mixing bowl.
You know, a lot of people might not know, but jalapeno poppers actually originally, the origin, they originally used, what's it called? Poblano peppers, and they're originally in Mexico. And at that time, they usually stuffed them a bit differently. We're going to be cutting them in half today.
Now we add our seasoning to the mix, give it some flavor. This is a mixture of
Garlic, onion, and paprika powder.
Alright, now I'll be adding the diced ham.
Shut up. Shut up.
No.
Ashton.
What? Jalapenos? Okay. Next, we're gonna turn up the heat here, get our tongs ready, roast the jalapenos. Hans, where am I putting these when I'm done roasting them?
Once you're done putting them, you could just set them right over here.
On your cutting board where the
Yep.
things were at?
Can't put them in there.
And,
You're gonna be stuck in it. I could, and you still.
Okay. We need to cut them in half.
ooh, that's blistering. You gotta keep it over the fire until it blisters well.
This
Maybe even chars.
I'll leave this bowl
Like
like yours. And then
that.
we use this cutting because we can't use that because you have the ham on it.
Scared.
Okay, we'll have to keep this one like this.
Should hear some popping. Might smell bad. Buggers. If you want to move it around on the tongs, grab it by the stem where the fire has not touched it, as so you don't burn yourself. If I do end up touching it, I can't feel anything in my left hand. We're not putting this in the video. That should be about good. Where do you want it, Hans? Right there? Cool. While I'm finishing the rest, Hans is gonna start cutting them and stuff.
No, these won't be too hot afterwards, but they might be a little hot, so you just want to be a bit careful. So basically, I'm just taking the top side off so you don't have that stem, and I'm just cutting it in half. And then I'm going to start to remove the insides. In this you can kind of just use a knife, just be careful.
Like roasting marshmallows. Only it'll burn your mouth and you won't like it.
No. Now, you can use the seeds if you want, but personally, I'm not a huge fan of them because they can add a bit of heat. And I'm not a huge fan of a lot of heat, so I'm personally going to try and remove them. We'll just use this bowl to discard the seeds since we're not using it anymore. Sometimes it could be a bit difficult to remove these. I probably should have grabbed a spoon, but eventually we can get it. And I would recommend wearing gloves because if you get one of these seeds underneath your nails or anything like that, it's not the most comfortable thing, or it could often lead to a very large amount of stinging underneath your nails. And nobody really wants that.
And after Hans finishes up cutting these, we're going to stuff them with our cheese ham mixture. You don't want to add too much because then it'll overflow in the oven and it will not look good, as well as the fact that it will make your oven a mess. But however, you would need to be generous with this, as you should want a lot of stuff in there.
You really want to balance out the flavor of the spiciness from the pepper. Just go.
Once we're done with these, we're going to put them on a baking sheet and we're going to throw them in an oven for 18 minutes at 400 degrees.
This one may or may not be on fire.
You want to let that cool a second?
God.
It's gonna. Should always remember to have a fire extinguisher nearby, just in case.
In case your jalapenos kind of a bit too hot.
A bit crispy.
A bit crispy. Not as crispy as the Battle Pass.
Shut up.
No. What you're gonna do after you're done though roasting the jalapeno, you're gonna want to keep holding this until it's cool, because if you put it on your table it'll burn something.
Along with these, we're going to wrap these in some bacon. Wrap these really nice. And you want to make sure that it covers the top of these because these could overflow in the oven and make a mess.
You could also use toothpicks to secure them in place, but we decided not to today due to understanding that a lot of people don't have toothpicks just laying around at home. Now, you might notice that we have this third jalapeno, but due to time constraints, we're not going to use that. It's always good to have good help in the kitchen too. Good extra hand never hurts. Then while these are in the oven, the bacon will kind of crisp up and it will hold its shape a lot better. So you don't have to worry about it coming apart too much.
Cheese will also melt really nicely and make a nice gooey substance in the middle.
That consists of cream cheese and cheese.
Okay. So
And now, once you get all your jalapenos wrapped in bacon, you're gonna wanna go over here in your preheated oven. Open it up. It's gonna be preheated to 400. Close it, start it for 18 minutes.
And now, due to not wanting to waste your time too much, we have actually made some beforehand for showcasing. Now these are a bit different, but the end product will be roughly like this.
Hog.
Oh, and that's the end of our segment on the Tasty Tiger cooking show.